So we're going to sip a little bit. We're going to have a few cocktails.
We're going to sip and be merry. That's what they say, right?
I'm Christian Del Grosso.
And I'm Krista McGowan. And you're listening to the Kris and Kris podcast.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Kris and Kris podcast. Happy Monday.
Happy holiday week.
Monday, the 11th.
No, it's not.
The 11th episode is what I meant to say.
Oh, the 11th episode.
Yeah,
okay, we're moving our way up.
That's what I meant by the 11th.
I'm so excited. It's Christmas week.
Imagine if I was that far off on the dates.
I know. Sometimes you're
It is
just
Monday,
like...
December 11th. Like this.
Doesn't that sentence remind you of elementary school where it's like every day you have to say what the date is before you get started with anything? And then I remember it in French class too, like aujourd'hui c'est vendredi. I'm not going to speak French. It's not good.
I do not remember an ounce of French. Studied French in Canada for, 8 years? More?
You probably studied it more than me because you started in grade 1 and I started in grade 4.
I would like to go back and learn more now. Because we're kids when they're trying to teach us that stuff. And it's like, who's trying to... as a kid, all I was thinking about was playing and having fun, and they're trying to teach me a separate language from the language I've been speaking my entire life. I was like, this can't be happening. But
we had a French teacher. She was so cute. Her name was Faye. In daycare, I was learning French in daycare, and that's when you can catch on quick. Like that. They should have started that for everybody. But then it ended after that. And I remember I told my mom in grade 1, I want to go to French immersion school. And I almost went to French immersion school. And yeah, Faye used to put like tissues in her sleeve and then blow her nose and stick them back in. And we were like,
who did I know that went to French immersion? I think Damien went to French immersion school.
Maybe your cousin?
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know why I had this, I really wanted to go for some reason. I'm kind of thankful I didn't because I think that would have made learning harder. Like you're trying to learn math, but it's in French.
That would have driven me nuts.
Yeah, that's even harder.
Oh, yeah.
So good on those people that were in French immersion.
I did it. Yeah, they're definitely way smarter than we are.
They probably don't have that here in the States. French immersion.
Not French immersion.
Maybe they have Spanish immersion alert.
Yeah, for sure.
Spanish immersion.
Spanish immersion. French immersion.
Yeah.
It's immersive.
It is.
Immersive in that specific language.
Yeah.
French, Spanish. I apologize for my hair in advance.
What's wrong with your hair?
It's just in an awkward stage.
You know what? Let's
because
talk
I
about
I cut it short. I cut it short, and then I saw older pictures of myself where I had it longer and a little bit more flowed and slicked back, and I was like, crap, that's what I should be doing with my hair, because I kind of had this little mini phase where I was like, I want to just have it short and be able to style it easier, because my hair is just not. I don't even want to touch it right now. It's just
Christian
so
complains about his hair a lot
to style,
and
it's horrible.
I think when your hair's more grown out, you're the guy at these say we go out. You're the guy with the most hair, this thick, gorgeous, shiny, dark hair.
Gorgeous, huh?
Yeah, and it's he keeps cutting it off, and I get so mad every time you're going to get a haircut, and then I'm like, don't cut off the length, and then he comes home and it's short.
Okay, so now we're
Have
back.
we learned?
Yeah, we've learned, and we're going back to not super long though.
Not super long. I don't want you to have a long hair where it's you could part it and it's
but
bangs.
That's how long it used to be. Remember when I used to have it flow over the side? I could flow my hair over the side and it would come down to past my ear on this side.
Okay, that's too long, but I like when it at least gets that little swoop back. When you can gel it, it just looks handsome. I think it's such a nice style that you have.
I agree, and I messed it up. I've been cutting my hair short for too long. We got to go back to the nice flow of hair.
It's so pretty. Is it bad to say pretty? Whatever.
You gotta have it. You gotta use it while you have it.
You have good hair. I think that's
I don't know if I'm gonna have it forever.
I think you will. Your good hair runs in your family.
But
yeah, you have good genes.
I hope so.
He has good genes even with the age thing, how the
longevity of
your
people's
grandparents
lives.
Are 96 years old. It's astounding.
Yeah, my entire family is
amazing.
I'm blessed with a healthy family.
On both sides, it's like that. It's wow, that's really great.
Let's hope that the hair keeps running though.
Yeah, you will.
Because I feel I don't know. I feel it could go either way. I feel it could be.
I get what you're saying.
It could be thick and flowy until I'm 117, which I'm planning on living to 117. It's my main objective and quest in my life is to
I literally
live to
wanna be-
120.
Yes. No. I like you're like joking, but I'm like I need to be over 100. Like I think a lifetime is 100 years. Like that's just the way I think about it. When they
Yeah, but
say
you
like,
think
oh,
that's
you're
gonna
50
be
years
enjoyable
old.
to live at over
I don't-
100 years old?
Well, okay, I
Like,
know.
what do you-
I say this now, but
You're
I'm
gonna
like,
be withered away, just
What if I'm not?
shriveled up.
I'll just get me some of that pudding that I like.
that pudding. You would love pudding when you're like 80.
That's all I would be eating. I'd be like just
You
chocolate
love
pudding,
pudding
breakfast,
now.
lunch, and dinner. Pudding,
You're gonna be the pudding and Jello guy.
chicken pudding.
Ew, ew.
Ew.
That's like bread pudding.
It says ew.
But yeah, no. When people turn 50, they're like, oh, it's like half a lifetime. So I'm like, I want to be 100 for sure.
But what
I
do
feel
you
like you're
think?
gypped if you don't get to 100.
You okay? The reason why I would want to live to be close to 100 is because I just want to see where the world's at.
Exactly. And I want to see as much as my family as I get, you know?
That too. Obviously, the family's important. I'm like
Yeah.
over here talking about like the future because I'm like
You're like, what kind of gadgets are there?
I want to get to see what like before I check out. You know?
Yeah.
Before the clock stops ticking, I want to just see where we're at.
Where we're at.
You know?
Yeah. Yep.
I want to just see like what
What is going on then?
What me at 100? Because you got to imagine if we're going to live to be that old, there's going to be multiple generations under us that are going to have their whole lives. So it's like, what are
I
they?
know.
I want to get to see as
And
much.
they're going to be like, Grandma, you're so lost. Like, you don't even know how to keep up. And I'm going to be like, I know.
Bring me the pudding.
Literally crying. I can't even keep up now. Like, that's the way I feel. So I can't even imagine what these older people think.
Grandpa, look at this.
Where's my pudding?
Oh my gosh, Christian. Where's my pudding? That's you now.
My mind is
You
going to be
love
so
pudding.
lost. My mind is going to be so lost at
Oh
that
my
point
gosh.
that I'm not even going to be able to focus on anything else other than just
Bring me
Bring me.
a pillow
Aw.
for my back and pudding.
We were actually talking about this the other day about how much life has advanced in 20 years. Like we're in our 20s
barely.
and we're like, I don't know, Christian, I feel like we're in one of those generations where it's like we were born without cell phones, without computers, and then those all happened when we were around like 5-ish. And then we got introduced to it.
So what's the next 20 years
That's
gonna
kind of like
look
a
like?
huge advancement. I know we don't see it that way, but yeah, like what's another 20 years? We
Well,
already have almost self-driving cars.
Well, when you think about us not having the tech that we have now, like we didn't have computers, cell phones weren't a thing. I remember when my dad got his first cellular phone, and
Yeah.
it was literally like the size of it was like
Oh, it was like a Palm Pilot or something.
no,
like
no,
those
not
kind
even
of
a
things?
Palm Pilot, dude.
No, I don't
My-
even know what that is.
I
forget.
literally remember seeing my dad's first cell phone, and it was like the size of a brick, like a square, like a brick, and there was a number dial on it.
Yeah.
And you could turn this thing on and dial a number, and you could call cellularly, and I was back then I was like blown away by that. I was trying to figure it
Yeah.
out because I was like, wait, you can take this with you away from home, right?
Yeah.
Because dude, I
Because
feel like.
remember we used to stand against the wall because it was a cord?
Well, I was gonna say I feel like this makes us sound so old,
No,
but
but
I feel
it's like
like we
that's-
were. I feel like we saw cordless phones, corded
We
phones
did.
become cordless.
We were in that time for sure. I think it's cool that even like
That's so weird.
our grandparents saw that. They're probably even more mind blown than
Yeah,
us.
our grandparents.
Well,
But
bring me pudding.
They just didn't pay attention to any of the new. They honestly didn't.
Well-
Like my grandparents didn't pay attention. Like
they still don't have those things.
rightfully so. I mean, their values they run pretty deep. They're not
Yeah.
looking for like tech and all these distractions. Like my family is very family oriented. They spend time with family, and honestly, it is the most important thing. They did not pay attention or advance themselves in tech at all. My grandparents, if they do have one, they have a cell phone, a flip cell phone.
Do
Just
they
to
have one?
Yeah, just in the case of
Oh, okay.
emergencies, they
Yeah,
have one.
that's
They
good.
flip it open, dial the number. But that's how not the flip cell phone part. They didn't. They needed to keep something that was similar to
Just the
the
regular
old style of tech.
Yeah.
Which was like number dial call.
Yeah.
They didn't even get them into iPads.
They
or,
still sell cell phones like that for people that just want that basic thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But isn't that crazy?
I know.
Like we've advanced. Yeah. Okay. So we have advanced pretty far in 20 years when you think about it. just technology wise, we definitely have way like ease of access. We can search anything at any point in time. Elon Musk said it, and I was like, wow, it's actually true. Because I think it was Joe Rogan and him were talking about the future and where they see us going in terms of like this cyborg hybrid human. You know what I mean? Because tech is evolving so much. Like, what does that look like? And Elon Musk said, we already are that.
I think we are.
We have a device on us at all times.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that this is a choice to hold
we
it.
can call, we can video call, we can search, we can access databases, we can take photos, video.
Yeah.
There's
like, what more do we
If you
need?
didn't have this, imagine all of the technology that this brings into your life. Imagine how absent you would feel in your current life because of how far we've evolved. How absent you would feel without being able to like take a picture on a whim, take a video on a whim, call somebody if you want to, FaceTime call somebody. You could FaceTime. We could be in Japan.
Yeah.
Traveling and find something that we really like, and not only get to take a picture or video and share that with someone, we could video call that person and have them be there with us and show them what we're looking at in real time. That is just, if you think about cyborg and what a cyborg is, it's just basically a human.
Like, it's just robotic insides at that point.
I mean,
we have it on the outside.
The literal, yes, but like the cyborg is just all this enhanced technology built into like a human DNA.
Yeah.
So you have all access to all these things, but you're a human.
I just feel like, I don't know, am I the only one that thinks like, why do we need to keep advancing?
I love it.
Really?
I love it. Keep the virtual
we're
reality
fine.
coming.
Like, we've already done enough. I don't know what more we need. Like, I know people just keep striving because it's like, what's the next big business thing? But like, who cares? Like, let's just let us live, you know? There's people that are living without all of that, by the way, and they're happy.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's like a either you be happy, you can only be happy when we stop advancing technology type deal.
Yeah, it's not a happiness thing. I didn't,
because a lot of people make that argument of, we used to be able to socialize and do way more without technology, and people were more happy back then. And to an extent, I do agree. Obviously, when these kids are being
there's a lot of problems now.
Yeah, when these kids are being brought up in these societies with handed an iPad and handed TikTok and handed all of these, access to all this stuff that they wouldn't otherwise have access to, and then in turn you would have to meet people, talk to people, socialize, learn through human interaction type deal. If we didn't have that, I think for sure. I think it's a maturity thing. I think at a certain level of maturity and age, you should be able to get more and more access to things, because having an iPad and being able to have access at a young age, I think is dangerous. But I do think that there's so much, if it's in the right hands, there's so much opportunity to be able to learn, grow, be social in good ways through technology.
Yeah. Because don't you think there should be like an etiquette class though? Like, we were talking about this the other day, and it's like,
I think for the parents.
For parents, I think it's for like kids growing up. Like, okay, you have this thing. It doesn't mean you can use it all the time. Kind of like a calculator for us in school. We have this thing called a calculator, but you don't use it all the time. It's almost like people are having these phones, and it's like they just think it's like part of us, and it's like, I know it's so much part of our society, but it's there has to be an etiquette behind it. You can't just be having conversations with people and then go look at your phone. It's like, how is that? Okay,
but calculators are used to solve math. No, but it's a good point. I'm going to say it's a good point because we're given this piece of technology, but you have to still figure out how to do these mathematical problems without using the calculator, but you do have access to the calculator.
Yeah.
But you need to still learn and go through that learning phase of learning how to solve those problems without the tech.
Yes.
Which is a good point. But what I was going to say was, in the contrast, obviously a calculator is used to solve mathematical problems, and it's a part of the learning the learning process and your curriculum of learning math in school. But I feel like the main bulk of technology that kids are gaining access to is coming from the parents, obviously, because they're the ones that are either purchasing it or allowing it to be in their lives.
Yeah.
So who's supposed to teach that? Is that supposed to be within the school system, or is it the parents that are supposed to teach like what the proper etiquette of?
Right. Well, if you leave it up to parents, that means that some kids will never be taught. So if it's in school, that means everyone is taught this standard thing.
What would that look like
I
in
just
school?
mean like etiquette as in like,
No, I know what you mean. I know
yeah,
what you mean.
like when and where is like when socially, like the whole social thing
But what
is
would that
being
look like
ruined
in
because
school
of phones.
if we were to have that be a part of the school system?
Just like a 15-minute, like now it's etiquette time.
And like what they spend, they like daily, they talk, like they just go into
Yeah.
how to responsibly use your technology.
Well, it could be for technology, but it could even be etiquette, even like holding doors.
Right, right.
I know, going
Kristen
back to
just
the
loves
holding the door.
doors. Hold the door for people.
Well, I just
Make
mean
sure you
like
hold the door for people.
we don't have home ec class and all of those like life skill classes anymore. And I think they need to go back to that and kind of reintroduce it in etiquette in all areas. So it could be a court, like tech is a part. Then it's like lifestyle, home, table etiquette, like just things like that. That's like etiquette for life.
Yeah.
Because we're lacking it now. It's not good. I held the door for this lady the other day. She was extremely grateful. And I was like, she shouldn't be this extremely grateful. People should be holding the door for everybody.
Yeah.
So it made me think about that again. Holding the door.
And she's obviously extremely grateful because she sees you, this young.
Yeah. And she was like, you are so sweet. And I'm like, that's like not the sweetest thing that you can do, but thank you, you know?
No, but obviously, if people are acknowledging it on that level, that means that they're not.
Exactly.
They're not receiving it.
Yes.
Which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But yeah, the technology, I like the advancement of it because but again, I think it's a maturity thing. I like the advancement of it because I've been able to learn and be responsible with it. Mm-hmm. So like one of the biggest things that I love about the advancement of technology is our ability to socialize and meet new people. Again,
oh yeah, Christian loves this.
Taking it with a grain of salt, obviously, because you have to be careful. It goes back to the same thing as
you have to be old enough.
Don't take candy from strangers. Mm-hmm. Don't give anyone your information. Type deal. You know what I mean? Like, but I've met so many people through VR and having fun through VR.
You literally have.
But
I can't believe that.
It's just been like an additional way to socialize with people, which is you obviously have your friends, your family, people you socialize with in real life, but then you get this opportunity to meet new people and converse with new people that you'll never. I mean, some people actually do end up meeting, which are the videos I love when I see people that have either been gaming together for years and have been like friends online for years, and then they finally are like, hey, we should meet up, and then you have these two people that are complete strangers, never met in real life, but are like best friends.
Yeah, it's kind of like that movie Ready Player One.
Player One, right? Yeah. I like that they did implement that in there because it is a real thing.
Yeah, of like meeting each other.
You're this friend, like, yeah, him and, I can't remember what her name was in.
Me neither. It's okay.
Show, crap, I can't remember. But yeah, they end up meeting in real life, and it's like this reveal of this person that you have a specific idea of like who they are in real life, or you paint this picture of who you think they are, and then you get to meet them, and then you know.
I feel that way about radio hosts because I've
Ladies and gentlemen,
and then you see their face, like wow, this is
like radio stations back home, like that's when I used to listen to the radio a lot when Spotify wasn't a thing, and it's like you have this image of these women and men that you're listening to every morning. And then they like go on the news one day and you're like, wait, what? Like you just form this whole idea of who they are. Yeah. Even when you tell me stories about people that I don't know, I fully formulate what they're going to look like. And I'm thrown off every time when I meet people.
Yeah. And I think the one thing I do like about it, and you know how much that I like it. I love that social aspect because you get to meet people without a frame of judgment.
But also you're meeting people that you already know you have a like common interest with. Not
necessarily. If you're just hopping in. So now I have the Oculus Quest 2, okay?
Back to last episode, how we think that's a good Christmas gift.
Yeah, the best Christmas gift. Oculus Quest 2. It's even good for your family. Like if you live long distance or you're away from your family and you both have Oculuses, you can do things together. You could go.
That is so crazy.
You could literally hang out in VR. It's amazing. And you get to interact with people. It's really cool. But yeah, I like this no initial frame of judgment that you could cast on somebody, because you're meeting them completely like disassociated from real life. So the only thing that you know about the person really is their voice. Yeah. There's nothing that you can't judge people. And I think from all of the friends that I've met and been friends with over the years through gaming, that I've literally met these people online. I've never seen their faces in real life. They're people I've been gaming with for years. Okay, like people that I've been close with for years. We game together. I've never met them. I never FaceTime them. They don't have my phone number. You know, like these are just random people. I have such a love for these people that, like, even if I met them and you know, you have that initial like
unveiling
layer of judgment.
Yeah.
I don't even think that would exist for me because of how much I love these people. You know, like how close I feel to them.
It's like Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Like that show.
Back to Love Island. Is it not Love Island?
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind.
Yeah. You know what's weird about it though? I don't know. I don't know these people.
But that's weird though.
No, it's not. It's the same thing.
No, because Love is Blind. Love is Blind is you're gonna propose and
okay, but minus the
dedicate
proposal.
your life to somebody.
Minus the proposal. It's
no,
just
it's
dating.
not the minus the proposal. It's not the minus the proposal. Listen to me. It's not the minus the proposal. You're gonna literally spend the rest of your life with this person, and you don't get to see them at all. So there is a layer of like, you know, you have to also like what you see.
Yeah.
Not to say that there's a specific body type or this or that, but you still have to be somewhat, you know, in tune with your body and their body and attracted to them. You're going to spend the rest of your life with this person as a partner.
Yeah.
So it's very different.
Okay, well, it's just kind of sounding like online dating, but I find it weird that you like talk about these people and I'm just like, I know almost everybody in your life except for these people because I'm not on there. So I don't even know like who these guys are.
And I'm closer with these people than people in my real life.
See, and then we talk about how we need to be more social.
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying is
in real life.
Yeah. There has to be that maturity
to know like when to cut it off.
Yes.
When is real life? When is that just for fun?
It needs to be balanced.
Yeah, totally.
Because there's benefits from all of these things. You can't just say, "Oh, I like socializing better online than I do in real life." That's when things become
not good.
Problematic.
Because it's easier, obviously.
Yeah.
That's not good.
But
we need
also,
to push ourselves to get out.
You eliminate your social skills by doing that.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't get to actually physically socialize with people. It's just, you know, because then you also, you know, not only is there not that layer of judgment, like I said, there's also not this, that physical aspect of socializing on your end. So you can kind of hide behind your voice.
Yeah.
There's nothing that you can't escape. You know, you can't look away, you can't be awkward, you can't, because it's just your voice. So you actually find this comfort in not being in front of somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
So you have to understand that your social skills are still extremely valuable and you can't rely on one type of socializing over the other.
It's crazy that like you don't realize that the whole social part of life is like practice, because when like we're in school and you're growing up, that's like every day. But like say like during the pandemic, it's like I feel like a lot of people actually lost their social skills a little bit, and it affected people because it's like you don't have to talk to people anymore, you know? Some people loved it, but it's like
you have to re-enter.
It's literally like a thing that you have to practice. So I think I don't know, I feel like I could use more practice again, you know? When you like I'm good at socializing and stuff, but when you work from home, you're just very isolated. So you're not talking to people all day, and I kind of miss that. Like I kind of miss being in school and just having all these people that are like you around and yeah.
I agree.
But anyways,
you're a really good socializer though.
No, Christian always says I'm a good socializer,
you
and
are.
I'm like panicking the whole time.
No, Kristen is like, you could put her in any room and she will get along with everybody and have fun with everybody. And do it with ease. Like you
it's like not easy for me.
I know. But to me, in hindsight,
what it looks like from the outside,
you look like you're just naturally flourishing and talking and socializing and laughing with people. And that's hard to do. Even just from my point of view, I can tell when people are uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know, I can look around a room and see which people are uncomfortable or like don't want to socialize anymore, or they're very like they're limiting their social interactions with people. Like I can see that. But with you, even if it is hard and it's difficult and you're not doing it with ease, it does not appear that way to the eye. So if people are looking at you, they're probably thinking, holy crap, this girl's a little fireball of energy floating around here talking to everybody. You know?
That's good. Wow.
I try. You know what I struggle with?
I think you're the same, but
I'm the same, but I really struggle. Like I get to a breaking point. So I have to like, there's a point where I have to actually force myself to keep going because I get mentally, exhausted.
Oh no, I think we all do. That's what
You
I
know?
say. I think it's like hard, but
No, but yeah. But some people I feel like,
fake it till you make it.
I feel like some people don't get that mental exhaustion though.
Oh, I know people like that, and you're like, whoa, like I can't keep
like,
up.
There's a point where I'm like, I gotta just chill.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk anymore. I need to like just chill
I
for a
know
bit.
your signals, like when you start to go like, I need to just like take a second. So then I try and fill in. It's funny when you're with someone long enough and you can pick up on these cues that they're not saying, but you're doing.
Right.
And I'm like, he's starting to tune out or like whatever it is. And it's like, I'll pick up, like we have to kind of like get in there for each other.
Well, it's because some people don't get those cues.
Like they don't see them. Like they don't notice them.
Okay, so for example, if I'm speaking with somebody and we're like socializing and talking, it's different if you're going to someone's house and you're hanging out, right?
Yeah.
Then you're in a different environment and you're socializing.
Yeah.
Because you're choosing to be in those situations. If we're at an event or something where I'm running into different people and I'm talking to people, I will make sure that I will only give off a certain amount of
Enthusiasm?
of interaction.
Oh.
So that the other person doesn't feel like they're being trapped in with me now to talk.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like I'll talk to them, how are you? What's going on? Blah blah da, da, whatever. But then I'll kind of like give them. I'll start
give them an opportunity to leave if they want to.
Yeah, I'll start to like slow it down so that they're like, okay, I can end this if I want to. I don't want to people. And this is again, I'm so over analytical with people and myself. I don't want people to ever feel that they're trapped with talking to me because I'm not that way at all. So I'm when I'm in those situations, I get like exhausted because some people, and they just don't understand that. They're not thinking about it in that way of like, I don't want this person to feel trapped. But some people
will trap you.
They will not stop talking and you cannot find a way out. Like there's not a way for you to be able to exit. So you're in this situation now, and this person's and you're like, wow, yeah, oh my, yeah, and then you're just like, then your interaction becomes less intimate because now you're not thinking about interaction. You're trying to figure out how to get out. You're trying to figure out how can I maneuver around this.
That's so bad.
So I take that into consideration of when I'm interacting with people. I don't want them to feel that way with me. I want them to feel like, okay, I have a way out. If I want to,
and we always say like, oh, like go off and I feel like we've said like you should go do this or like point them in a different direction. Or, like you should go get a drink.
And they turn around,
like,
I already had a drink. So
one time,
like this.
I find the opposite. Like sometimes I accidentally show people too much enthusiasm, and then they think
and
like
you bait people in. And
I bait people in, and then they're there. Like this is so random, but remember we went to the car show near us, and I made a joke to this guy that looked like my dad. Like he just looked like him for a second, and I thought it was him. I thought my dad got into someone's car and drove off. Like that's the way it was going in my head.
Right.
So I saw this guy and I was like, oh my gosh, I thought you were my dad. Like blah blah blah.
Game over.
This guy was stuck to us.
Yeah, he was with us the whole
show. Like, and he was just this older man that wouldn't leave.
And
he was so nice, but it was like, oh, I don't think I should have made that joke. Like I'm the one that brought that in.
But I feel bad though sometimes because when that happens, like I feel I'm empathetic,
Yeah, like he wanted to go there and meet people. Clearly, it was just so.
Because like you don't want to.
We were with a group of people, and I'm the one that like baited him in.
We're always, and here's the thing: if we're out, like I don't mind having people come and hang out with us because then we can.
Oh,
then
totally. That's what I want.
We build more of a little environment, and we have people that are like, okay, this is our comfort circle. So if we're gonna go off, we can come back to these people, and that's where we're comfortable. I love that too.
Yeah.
When I see people that I'm super close with and comfortable with at events where I do mingle and do my thing, but then
you can go back to them and be like, oh, I just saw this person.
Yeah, you want that you want that comfort
release,
that comfort section.
Yeah.
So we can just go
zone.
Oh, yeah. So.
Yeah.
Get another drink or whatever you're doing.
Another drink.
but I do feel that's another thing too. I do feel bad though because when there are people that are out and they do want to socialize, but then they do want to have that comfort zone. You have to still acknowledge that we always end up being like where people will feel comfortable and come want to hang out with us because they know we're not so serious and blah blah. We can just shoot the shit and have fun.
Yeah, I say this about ourselves. Like I don't know if it's like anyone would agree or everyone would agree type of thing, but I'm always like, I feel like we're people that could be invited anywhere and we'll make friends and make it work. You know, we won't be those people that show up and be like, I don't know anyone and like, let's just stay together. Like we just like force ourselves in there.
Yeah.
And maybe because I say this too, like we're both Geminis. So, you know, some people don't say very good things about Geminis, but
we get roasted
bad. So many times because it's like, oh, you're two-faced. But I heard this one thing that really resonates with me and you, that we're kind of like chameleons. Like we can adapt to people's energies. So if you're like really quiet or whatever it is, we'll just adapt to that and it will make that person feel comfortable. And then if someone's really loud, we'll adapt to that too. So someone might say, oh, they're so different with me. Like they're not like that when they're with me. It's because we can be like anybody, you know?
Do you relate that specifically to Gemini though?
That's Geminis are considered two-faced. Like that's the sign of like they're two-sided. Like people talk negatively about
personalities.
Multiple personalities. But I think it's because we have the ability to put on those personalities.
I was gonna say because that's a chosen thing for me.
Oh, totally.
Because at the same time, you know, not to spill the beans.
But it comes naturally to you.
But at the same,
you're good at it.
I like doing that so that I can be there for people.
Yeah.
You know, when there are people of different energies and you can notice that there are people that are standing out or not standing out or I just feel it.
You're a good observer.
Yeah. I'm good. Intuitively, I'm good. So I like to get to chameleon, I guess, in a sense, to those people to like just give them another point of socialization.
Yeah.
So that I can also, and then I also get to interact also. But I would say it's something I choose though. It's not something that I'm naturally, I'm a Gemini, so I'm naturally just
you're choosing it and you're good at it. Some people would never choose that and would never attempt it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm choosing it because
I'm not like,
if it was up to me in my comfortable body, where I feel the most comfortable, I wouldn't interact with anybody.
Well, I know.
I'm an extrovert. I'm an extrovert, like, by choice.
You're showing signs of Gemini by saying that. Because it's like you're this person, but you're also this person.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying no, that's not what I'm saying. Okay?
No?
No. Hold on a second.
Our favorite thing to say to each other is no.
No. By nature, I'm an introvert. By nature, I'm an introvert. I would rather be cuddled up and just quiet and calm and mind my own business.
Yeah.
But by choice, I'm an extrovert. So if I'm in situations where I can't do that, you know, because I'm not going to go to a place and go sit in the corner and just...
But people do.
No, I know that. But I'm saying I make that conscious choice to not do that.
Yeah.
So that I'm not always being this introverted guy in comfort.
Yeah.
You know? If that makes sense.
I find it like, you know, I feel bad, but sometimes I find it hard to talk to people that are a little bit more shy. That's something I need to work on. You're good at totally adapting to literally anybody, but when people are really quiet,
I like to push people.
I feel like so much pressure of like, what am I going to say that would be interesting to them? I don't know. I just get this like awkward feeling that I don't know. It's something I need to work on fully. Like, just being good.
It's an improv thing for me. Like, for me, it's like I like to push people.
You do.
So when I see people that are, you know.
You'll even like just go in there and bug people to get them out of their little shell. Like you're just like,
Because it's fun. You actually can break people.
You can.
And you know, I mean, some people do it to me too sometimes when I'm being a little too introverted. People come up to me and be like, you know, and get me going.
Yeah.
It brings out different traits in people, and you can see that people are more fun. They're more social.
I need to do that. Goes and tickles some shy person, and they hate me even more. Imagine.
No, I mean you don't gotta go tickle them. But for me, it's like an improv thing because I like to just push different buttons and then figure out different buttons and how those buttons activate them. You know, and then you see people start to cut a little bit loose. Like you watch this release in people. Which is...
I've seen you do it, and I'm like, that's a skill. Like, I'm not there yet.
But it's just fun.
But you do it for me, so you're the sidekick.
Because I feel everybody's lighthearted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even the people that you would feel are
serious
these hard, serious people, intimidating people, they're all lighthearted. And the second you can just chip away a couple of those layers, you just create... Like, not you created, because it's there, but you unleashed this new, you know... persona and this person that they might not have been comfortable with revealing.
Right.
But when you make them comfortable and also show them like your vulnerabilities, then they feel comfortable in showing their
Yeah.
vulnerable sides too. And that's when, the most fun happens, and these interactions become more meaningful than just, hi, how are you? Good.
I
How you
know.
doing? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Things are good. Yeah. Things are good.
I think what
You know?
works well is complimenting people. That ends up getting people just talking, and like you already come from this perspective of like you like them in some way, even if it's whatever, complimenting their personality or whatever it is, their outfit, and kind of showing a side of you that is a little bit more like not taking jabs at yourself, but sometimes that shows like
self-deprecating.
yeah,
a little bit.
like that you don't think you're all that. Like
Yeah.
that sometimes works in making people feel more comfortable.
Yeah. But,
Self-deprecation.
yeah. Self-deprecation. No, I mean, but it's true.
Complimenting and self-deprecating, because then you're putting all the like great things on them. That's what it kind of does.
And also, that's a good way for you not to come off as super intimidating.
Yes.
Because if people are already being judgmental and thinking, oh, this is that person that I know how I like have an idea of how they are.
Yeah.
And you kind of give them that, you give them that reassurance that you don't think
You are
that.
not that. Yeah.
Then they're okay, cool. So then I
totally.
don't have to think this certain way. And
Yeah.
again, it's just layers. You're just chipping layers,
Christian, the other day we were at this restaurant that we really like, and we went there twice this week.
Yep.
And
Love it.
He was like, I really want to meet the manager or
I
something.
wanna be a regular.
And I was like, we literally want to be regulars at this place, and we want the people to like know us so we can go, oh, hi guys, how are you? Come sit, So then I spot this guy that I think is like the guy in charge here. And he walks by and I'm like, I really like your suit.
Yeah, Kristen compliments him immediately. Because Kristen knows that I'm trying to introduce myself
And
and
he
be
said,
friendly.
oh, thank you. Like that caught him off guard.
Kristen goes, I think that's the manager. I like your suit.
That's the manager.
Screams at this guy. Oh my god, the food. Can we go again?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the food there.
You know what? I might be ordering it for like kind of catering-ish
We'll cater it, yeah.
for
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, because last time we talked to you guys about making Thanksgiving meal, and it didn't go perfectly well, and it's hard to do all the timing and get everything hot and make for a good meal and be able to socialize and not have to clean up your entire house after. So this year I'm thinking we should just get this thing kind of catered. Catering sounds fancy. This is more like they set up this meal and you go pick it up and you just serve it at your house, like in
But how
some
long have I been
tins.
saying it?
You have been saying it.
How many times have I
But
said
now
cater?
that I found a restaurant that's like, ooh, I would love every single thing off that menu, we should do it. It is, yeah, I think
I've been saying this
it's paying
though.
for your time to enjoy. Like if you're having a party or whatever it is, you're having some friends over.
And
It's
it's
like
not
you
that-
want to be able to enjoy, not be stuck in the kitchen.
Well, it's not that expensive.
It's not that expensive.
compared to the amount of food that you would already buy.
Exactly.
You'd have to make. Yes, there.
I was comparing it to like how much we spent on groceries for like making a giant dinner for all these people, and it's like, yeah, it's maybe like $100 more, and
but
then
again,
you pay for your time.
Again, that's all like,
Yeah.
the budgets are worked into these things. That's why they're a little bit more expensive, because you're paying for the service of someone's
convenience.
time to do
Yeah.
that for you. But if you are hosting, and you're gonna have that many people,
Yeah.
I always say this, like whenever we host people, we always try to do the majority of the cooking and prep stuff and put all this stuff out. And it's like, why don't we just cater it and then be able to have all this
Yeah.
fresh food made?
And then the pressure isn't on you of like if it tastes good either, because that's kind of a thing. I'm like, I don't want to sit there and it's like I made all this.
Gordon
or,
Ramsay walks in right after.
Yeah. But
What
you
did
know
you
who
like?
said it in an interview? I think it was like Kristen. What's her name? Kristen. What's the famous Kristen girl name? What's her last name?
Kristen
she has
Stewart.
short hair. She's married
Kristen
to the
Bell.
funny guy Bell. Kristen Bell.
Genius.
Yeah. She said she had everyone over for Thanksgiving and she catered, and she just said like, I don't tell anyone I cater it. Like I don't
She
say
tells
I
them that she
made.
cooks it?
Well, she doesn't say she cooks it, but
I
she
cooked all of this
but she
too.
doesn't say anything. And if people say, "Oh, this tastes really good," she goes, "Thank you very much." I'm like, that's hilarious. I'm like, we should just get this thing catered, but people will know.
But we have to tell them though.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can't- we
I'm not
can't-
gonna pretend I made it. No
If it-
way. If they ask for the recipe, it's like,
Let's pretend we made it.
no. I'll pretend you made it.
Yeah, but
Make you look so good.
Christian did all the prep.
Christian did this. He's been working on it 3 days straight.
3 days straight prepping the pasta and
Yeah.
handmade.
Oh. I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
but I'm excited for that.
We're gonna party. We're gonna have a little.
We haven't ordered it yet, but
we're gonna host a little Christmas Eve.
yeah, it's like so small, literally for anyone that like doesn't have family. Really, is what it is.
Yeah.
And I think the house is all decorated. It's kind of like you might as well. If we don't, then I'm trying to create memories. So I'm trying to do like Christmas food or whatever the people catered or whatever it's ordered. And then I just have to worry about cocktail ideas. And I want to make them pretty and like festive and kind of like themed. Look at his face. He's like, what are you talking about? Yeah. I have all these ideas. I think it could be really cool. And I'll put my effort towards that instead of the meal.
So we're going to sip a little bit. We're going to have a few cocktails.
We're going to sip and be merry. That's what they say, right?
Sip and be merry.
And then
That's
I'm
what
like,
they say. Put that on a t-shirt right now. Sell that merch.
I kind of want to do
merchandise idea. Sip and be merry.
a dress up one
And
where
it'll be a guy
everyone
holding a
has to
cocktail.
dress fancy.
Fancy?
Yeah, like so it's like a Christmas Eve party, like it's fancy and nice.
Like fancy or festive? Fancy like you trying to like Great Gatsby fancy? Or
no,
you mean like
it's not
festive?
like ball gowns, but it's like festive fancy. Like don't be in your sweatpants. Like put an outfit together and have, I think it could be pretty.
We still have to throw a Great Gatsby party.
I'm kind of scared because we have a lot of white furniture. Like that's the only thing, and we don't have a lot of space. Like the.
I don't think people would destroy furniture though if we had like.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's
and we could open up the back doors and do like a half outdoor, half indoor, and do stuff outside.
I know
also.
there's things that I could do. It's just when I look at the house and like actually how much space we have to walk around, it's like we have a lot of furniture in the house. Honestly, I have a lot of stuff in there that like fills the space.
Yeah.
And it's like not a lot of like party space to like dance and like like where would that all be?
Well, we would open indoor, outdoor.
Yeah. Okay. True. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In the summer.
Yeah, it's because it's kind of cold right now. We can't really do it right now. But in the summer, we're doing it.
We'll
get the lights
I'm a
going.
little nervous, but
we'll get a bartender to come out, bartend the whole
I've
thing.
always wanted to do that, where you like hire
Cater
a
it.
bartender service.
Music, dude. There's so many people on our lake that throw like Gatsby parties, dude.
Yeah.
And I see them. They have all their lights going.
You didn't invite us.
They have their palm trees going with twinkle lights all over these big, beautiful palm trees.
Fireworks.
People, live bands playing. Why aren't we doing that?
Well, our house doesn't really have the same kind of backyard as they do, but
It's
I think we
plenty.
could do it.
It's plenty.
Yeah. I'm just a little nervous too, like just about like all the people that we invite to the party. Like do you just invite everyone you know and then they just have to figure it out and like meet people there and like,
Well, yeah, that's another thing too that I really like is getting people together that don't know each other and socializing and making new friends.
I agree.
Yeah. We'll do that.
2023 I want to be more social and
bring everybody out, invite all of our friends, get people together.
Yeah, because we've been in the house for 2 years now, so it's like, okay, we're kind of set up now.
Yeah.
Before we had excuses of like, we don't have anywhere to sit, you can't come over. Now it's like we have places to sit. Yeah.
Plenty. And everything's pretty simple. I feel like our house is simple. It's good. We're going to do it. We're doing it live.
I think so too.
People, episode 11.
All about social anxiety.
Yeah, social anxiety. And
before Christmas.
And the advancement of technology and how you can gift yourself and your loved ones an Oculus Quest 2.
He's just trying to sell an Oculus Quest 2.
And you can get it for your family and they would love it.
Oh my god.
Best gift ever.
We have no affiliation with them, by the way.
No affiliation with them, but Oculus Quest 2, just go ahead and get it. Just go ahead and get it and watch people's reactions when you get it for them. They'll love it.
Yeah, most people do.
Make sure you subscribe. Turn on notifications on YouTube if you want to watch the podcast live. Not technically live, but live. Also, you get to sit here with us and watch it. You can follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. You can leave reviews on both. 5 stars.
Yes, 5 stars and leave a review.
You can leave a review.
Next episode is the last episode of 2022.
Oh, what? Okay, save the last of the year jokes for that episode.
I don't have any last of the year jokes.
Oh, the last episode of the year, I'm gonna just be coming in
What do you
plowing
mean?
with all of the
What
for the rest of the year. You know how people have those for the rest of the year jokes where it's like there's only 3 days left in the year. For the rest of the year, I'm not doing this.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh
like
my
3 days.
gosh, I never heard of that actually. So
Oh my. Well,
you're reading a different joke book than I am.
we're making progress here on the Kris and Kris podcast.
We hope you guys have a happy holidays and this weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
Have a great holiday.
Oh, is it this weekend?
Yes.
Christmas is this weekend?
Christian.
Wait,
See,
is it
this
this
is what
weekend?
I'm talking about. I'm like, you don't even know what day it is.
Wait, what day is it?
Christian, it's Monday and it's Christmas this weekend. Clearly someone is not ready.
Okay, we gotta go
This
because
is
I
a
gotta
problem.
get stuff. I'm so behind. Okay, love you guys.
My
Happy
goodness.
holidays. Happy Christmas. Oculus Quest 2s. We love you. Kris and Kris episode 12 coming to you Not in the new year? In the new year?
No,
Okay.
not. See, Christian's like lost.
So behind. Hold on.
Like
So behind.
who-
Okay. Love you guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Bye.